Hi guys, I have a book haul and I feel like I don't remember how to do one because it's been forever. I don't want to say forever. I at least haven't done one this year, let's put it at that. And I have a new phone. I'm trying it out to see if it has a better camera. After many years of paying almost $100 a month for my iPhone and packaged through AT&T, my husband convinced me to just cut all ties because I'd had that phone and plan for 3 years. So I'm on Project Fi. I always want to say Google Fi. Project Fi through Google with an Android phone. First Android I've had since, well, ever, because I had a phone years and years ago that was the Motorola X. That was kind of the Moto version of a BlackBerry. So that was the first. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just hope that this makes better videos. If so, I may be more inclined to do more videos of tags and to be reads and Friday reads and all of that, because if it's better quality, that rocks. And this phone has 32 gigs of memory, so this phone will not fuss at me like the iPhone did and say, you have no memory, you need to delete everything just to do a 20-minute video. That is worth the switch over, my friends. So, books from, I don't even know if I said this because I've been rambling, Dollar Tree and used bookstore. I'll do the Dollar Tree ones first. I have Men, Women, and Children by Chad Kultgen. Not sure if I'm saying that correctly. This one I don't know much about other than it was a movie and it's something to do about parents versus children and technology and kind of keeping up with technology. I read the first 2 or 3 pages while I was standing in the Dollar Tree going, like, this is vulgar and gross, but not in a way that's like, I can't read this because I am not at all a prude. So the dirty bird in me, it intrigued me. I don't know if anybody's read it, but it starts out, I don't know, a whiz bang of a note. Then we have this. I honestly bought it and there's like, I don't even know what is on it. I honestly bought it because I read so much nonfiction and so much celebrity trash, if you want to call it, like trashy celebrity nonfiction, and the fact that it was $1. Deep Thoughts from a Hollywood Blonde by Jenny Garth. And again, I'm sorry, I do not know what that is. If I've had it sitting on a table and accidentally spilled something, it's happened. Self-explanatory. I'm not going to go into detail about what that's about. Then we have Lillian on Life by Allison Jean Lester. This one, I tried to flip through and see when it starts. The part of me wants to say it starts in the 50s, but on the back it says 90s, like she's reached into the 1990s. So it could be her life from there to there, point A to point B. Just traveling Munich, Paris, London, New York during the decade of change following World War II. There's our answer, and that is why I bought it, because I love anything World War II or right after World War II, and it's super short, so this one wouldn't take but a couple of hours because it has the nice spaced lines. Then we have Too Many Cooks, One Mom, Two Daughters, Their Shared Stories of Food, Faith, and Family by Pam Anderson, Maggie Keat, and Sharon D'Amelio. And no, not that Pam Anderson. This one's just going back to great-grandmothers and their cooking and passing on recipes down the way and how cooking has formed their relationship. And it actually has recipes in it, which was a nice added bonus. So I will be interested in that. I think there's something for carrot cake, maybe. And that's my mother-in-law's favorite. I make one for her birthday every year, and I'm always searching for the perfect recipe, so we'll see. And the last one I got was Hunk and Chunk. It's called I Am Radar by Rafe Larson, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. OMG. It is a little bit more than 650 pages. I tried starting it, and I don't think that I was in the mind space to want to do a 650 page book. And it's going to take some concentration because it starts out, it bounces from different places and different times. Starts out with a woman giving birth to her son, and the electricity cuts out while she's giving birth, and the two white parents end up having a black son because of the electricity power surge. I'm not entirely sure. It seems bizarre, and from the couple of pages that I read, it was almost like the author, and forgive me, it could be translated, I would have to check that out, but it's almost like, hey, let's go to thesaurus.com, and after the book is written, start picking out words and changing them up with things that really aren't necessary. And I'm not making this book sound very interesting, but the premise is good. It just is something that I will have to focus on, and I don't have the focus right now because I'm into month 2 of overtime, mandatory overtime at work, which is 8 hours a week, and I'm lucky to read fluff. So that may be a summer read. The rest of them are what I got at the used bookstore, I think for 30% off. Someone Knows My Name by Lawrence Hill. This one was $1, so it wasn't 30% off. They have bargain books as you come in that are anywhere from 25 cents to $1. This caught my eye because it's, what is her name? Aminata, takes readers through her journey from being kidnapped in Africa back and forth across the ocean. So she works on an indigo plantation in Charleston, pre-Civil War, I do believe, and it's her kind of escape. And then she goes to Manhattan, helps write a book, and that takes her to Nova Scotia, all over Canada, Sierra Leone, England. So her travels. So she may have been kidnapped, but she escapes and still lives her life, which is awesome. This one I saw, The Sound of Gravel by Ruth Warner. I looked at the cover and I knew that I had always eyeballed this, or it was on my wish list on Amazon or Google Play for ebooks. I always looked at it and I was like, oh yay, they have it. $8, it's on sale for 30% off. I can handle that. Apparently I had bought the ebook for like $2. So I have this in the ebook. So it'll go to my friend when I read it in either form. But basically it is a memoir of a woman who was one of 42 children. 42 children. Growing up on a farm in rural Mexico. Apparently her father, if you cannot gather by the 42 children, had a lot of polygamous marriages, and I don't want to say labored his children, but they were not in the best of circumstances. So her siblings got carted over to the U.S. I'm assuming her siblings from her mother carted off to America, U.S. to have a better life than agriculture in Mexico. Sounds pretty brutal, but I'm looking forward to it. Jamaica Inn by Daphne du Maurier. I don't even know if I'm saying her name correctly because I never know. My cousin has a book club and we did Rebecca last month. I did the audiobook just because I've been doing so much overtime and it was easy for me to listen to it while I'm getting ready in the mornings or have a break, and I liked it. I'm kind of glad that I did the abridged audiobook because it was floral, but I really like the story. So I'm going to give this one a shot. Can't tell you much about it, but I know that a lot of people that like Daphne du Maurier say that this is their favorite book. So this again will be a summer read that I can concentrate on. Then we have The Paris Architect by Charles Belfour. This one is another one that's been on my wish list forever, and it was $6 minus 30%. I'm not doing math today. But it's 1942 Paris, and an architect, is an architect? Yes. obviously, that is paid to make a hiding place for a wealthy Jewish man, possibly his family, but trying to see if he can do this and outwit the Nazis so that they don't find him. So again, World War II. That one should be good. We have Second Honeymoon by James Patterson. James Patterson is my fluff go-to. I'm so far behind on Alex Cross and Michael Bennett. I did just read Michael Bennett a couple of weeks ago, so I'm trying to get caught up on that. The only series of his that I am caught up on is Women's Murder Club. I read that one every year. I don't remember Honeymoon very much, so hopefully this really doesn't have anything to do with it, but it'll be quick and brainless fluff. And then these. I have not read one of her books in years because, let me tell you, after number 18, it stopped being amusing with the love triangle and the blowing up of cars and no progress. Excuse me. So, I may or may not hate these, and if so, they were very expensive. These were always my summer books. But I have Notorious 19 and Take Down 20 by Janet Ivanovich. I used to faithfully, every summer when her new book came out, go and get the hardback and plow through it the first day it came out. Love them. And then around 12, Lula is always in green, poison green spandex. Stephanie always blows up a car. There's always, again, the love triangle between Stephanie and Ranger and Joe. Oh, I'm picking Joe. The next minute it's Ranger, Joe Ranger, Joe Ranger, Joe Ranger. And Ranger smells good. And Grandma's cuckoo bonkers bananas, which Grandma is the reason that I wanted to go back to this. Because Grandma is the bomb. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. So, we'll see. I'm so far, like, removed. I don't even know how many there are out right now. So, that's fine. That's all. I do have one coming in the mail that's nonfiction. Cannot remember the title of it. It's been on my wish list, and I decided, treat yourself. It was used from Amazon Marketplace. I didn't pay more than $5.50 for it or something. I have actually read 19 books this year. Yes, 19 books since January the 1st. And that is with me working as much overtime as I have been doing. Not to mention, you know, the things around the house, cooking, cleaning, grocery shopping, laundry, blah, 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 blah. Blows my mind still that I have read 19 books. Crazy. I did set my Goodreads goal for 50, so at this pace I should be there in May. We'll see. Last year was a really good reading year, which normally is followed up by a kind of slow reading year. That's not seeming to be the case, so we shall see. I'm loving reading. Like, I am not in any kind of slump. It's just reading everything. Anything I can get my hands on. I want it, I want it, I want it. So, I finished 19 today. The 20th book, probably tomorrow, maybe, if I get off of here and go read before I finish dinner. It's Jen Lancaster, I Regret Nothing. I would pull it up on my tablet, but with the lighting, I'm afraid you won't be able to see the screen. I've been doing a lot of library books since I decided to go look at my wish list from Amazon and see what the library had. So there are a lot that were immediately available that I read, and then some that I have on hold, and then some for future, because it got to where they were sending me so many notifications that books were available or that had come back. I had to put a stop to them because there's only so much a girl can do. So I'm reading that. Purple Heart by Patricia McCormick, which is a YA about a soldier in Afghanistan that gets a Purple Heart. He's kind of trying to piece together why he got the Purple Heart. He has no ability to remember why. All he can remember is the exact moment that there was an explosion set off by what I'm assuming to be like a 10-year-old boy suicide bomber. So Not the happiest of books, but I read Sold by her a couple of weeks ago and really liked it. Depressing subject matter, but very well written. And then I started Voyager by Diana Gabaldon. Is that how you say it? The third in the Outlander series. I had started it last year. I'm trying it again. I'm about 95 pages in. It's not on my priority list right now. The Jen Lancaster is, because it's due back in 5 days. Purple Heart, I've still got more time on that. And then I'm so bummed that I have not gone back to this, because actually this was another book I didn't show you that I bought. And I got it from Amazon. Brand new. I treated myself. I started it at least a month ago, and I don't know why I stopped. Probably because I got a library book in, and the library books kept filtering in, and so I figured, oh, well, this one's physical. I can put it aside. So it's We Are Never Meeting in Real Life by Samantha Irby. She's got another one. I cannot think of the name. All I can see is the cover of it. It's got a big rooster on it. I think they're re-releasing it in another cover similar to this. Just humorous memoir essays. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm only 31 pages in, but I will get back to it once I'm done with my library books. And these have been honestly not really staring me in the face, because I've had them in my nightstand kind of hidden away from sight. My mother-in-law let me borrow them years ago, and I keep getting tired of seeing her bookshelf like leaned over because these 3 books are missing. So I'm either going to have to read them and give them back, or just give them back to complete her shelf and not bug me. But it's The Sword of Shannara, which is not my thing. I'm going to try. You know, my mind has been changed. I'm okay a little bit better with science fiction and fantasy. Not so sure about the trolls and the dwarves and the... We're going to see. If anybody has read this and the trilogy, let me know. Is it a trilogy? I only have the 3 that she gave me. I don't remember how many there are. So, it's 713 pages-ish. There are 3. I don't know. I mean, the part of me is just like, Lindsay, you know you're not going to read these. So just take them across the street. Just take them back across the street. We'll see. I can't believe that I have rambled for almost 20 minutes on just a book haul. I'm done. I'm going to sit on the couch and read for, let's see what time it is. It's about a little past 5 p.m. Read until my husband says that he's on the way, and then finish up my dinner. I have a crock pot, which has been my best friend through all this overtime. It's chicken tortellini soup. If anybody wants the recipe, I'll post it. Basically, you put chicken in a crock pot with chicken broth, Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic, onion. I think that's all the seasonings. Cook it on low for 6 hours. It's been way more than 6 hours. And then the last 15 minutes, you put in either fresh or frozen cheese tortellini for 15 minutes. Shred chicken before that. And soup. I don't know if I'm going to make us some grilled cheeses. I think that might be cheese overload. Or just some crusty bread. Toast some crusty bread to dip in there. Super simple and easy. And tomorrow is Valentine's Day. We decided not to do anything special. We're just exchanging cards, and I have some other little things. I doubt he'll see this, but I'm not going to tell you what. And then I have steaks to marinate, and we'll grill and make a non-fancy, no-bake cheesecake, and we'll probably sit on the couch and watch the Olympics, because we've been all about curling, and our favorites are curling, speed skating, short track, speed skating, luge, and I can't wait for bobsled. Super excited. I'm going to stop because seriously it's almost 20 minutes, and if anybody is even still watching at this point, I love you. Sorry, stop rambling, but you may see me soon. I'll try to maybe see about doing a tag. Maybe. But you never know when I have more books. But I will see you later. Bye.